This card must always be carried by you. Any teacher can demand this card to be shown at any time. If lost, you will pay for its replacement. This card is not transferable. Well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, you sort of see that the school logo is terribly Indian. Got a deer and a lotus in a book and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
I couldn't
yes. B class teacher was Mr. Jenkins, who I think taught us technical drawing. Mr. Parker was my English teacher. And then Mr. Nair was my history master. It was Carolite. Mr. Nair, and lectured us in Gelsey and British Constitution.
So you did have English teachers?
Oh yes, yeah, we had expat teachers.
What did you say was interesting about your card? You noticed something that we might not...
Well, I noticed the names of the teachers, which I didn't really know. And then this is an earlier card. So, see,
Mr. Nair is still there.
Mr. Nair is still there. This must be a replacement card. So Mr. Parker, the Kotsel, and Mrs. Adathia. So obviously I had to change of teacher. Received a completed census form.
Yeah.
Done on in October 1971, almost a year before we were thrown out. So this says an Asian census form. In 1971, Uganda instituted a census of all Asians living in Uganda.
Right.
Now, was that a prelude to Amin's speech, I wonder? Was this census and subsequent expulsion more planned than precipitous? I wonder. I mean, why does a country have a sense of only one minority?
Right, was it just the Asians that did the census? I know that, yeah, but they might have had different forms.
There was a census for Asians only. Pragjinaran, so this is my grandfather's name.
I see,
but it's used as a surname for me. But it's, remarkable.
And does the fact that the receipt is numbered 49,334 mean that...
It must be an indicator of the numbers, because I'm assuming that the numbers run consecutively, and I was 49,334th person to fill the form.
Yeah, amazing.
We all had to queue up, I remember that. We all had to queue up. Our school itself was the census centre, and we had to queue up individually and have it all sort of noted and signed.
And did you have to be over a certain age?
No.
Even babies, as it were, would have been counted?
I don't know about babies, but certainly everyone in my family went and had it done. Yeah, every place. And if your town was too small to have it, then you had to travel to have it done.
Right.
At the nearest town. Yeah.
Great.
So this is my passport that I used to arrive here, because I was a citizen of Uganda, having been second generation and therefore under the Ugandan constitution entitled to be a citizen of the country. The passport didn't allow me to travel to South Africa, Rhodesia, Portugal or Portuguese-controlled parts of Africa. But to arrive here I needed this stamp from the British High Commission, and
Did you spend a lot of time queuing up?
I think my father did that. I didn't do it. Yes, I think he spent a day or so queuing outside. And then I needed a tax clearance certificate. So although I was only 17, I needed a tax clearance certificate from Ugandan government, which says, for the purpose of East African Income Tax Management Act of 1958, there is no objection to passport holder making one departure from East Africa not later than 15th of November 1972. So needed that stamp to be able to leave Uganda, which I'm sure in procuring that somebody had to be given a backhander of sorts. And I think that is the stamp that also entitled me to bring the £50 that we were all able to bring out. because I needed a yellow fever certificate to be able to land in the UK. But this was obviously being issued much earlier.